Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Omar Pineda. I'm your Austin realtor with eXp Realty, and today we are in the city of Maynard, Texas in this beautiful contemporary and modern Thurman home. It's right there, the one second from the left, and we're in a community called Whisper Valley. Now this community does not get enough attention. If you are really into sustainable building practices, geothermal heating and cooling, I have another video. I'll link it in the description of what that means, because that's what makes this community very unique and special. But this builder, because there's several to choose from, because this is a big master plan community here in Maynard, Texas, this one stood out the most. This one had the most upgraded finishes that were part of their standard plan features. Case in point, they have actually a nice little handy dandy list here. They have a chimney style hood vent. They have these soft close cabinets. Check out these nice high end features like the light features. Those are not your standard builder grade light fixtures. I like this infinity. I think it's called a waterfall infinity edge countertop. Again, very luxurious, high end. One thing that is very nice is that they have the soft closed cabinet drawers. That's not cheap. Usually for a lot of builders, where they go to save a little bit of money is in the cabinetry for the kitchen. And this is where, but the builder in this case did not spare any expense because they did the soft close. So that's just a very nice detail. It's definitely going to make this builder and this home stand out, especially for future home appreciation values. And as we go through the home, I'll try to point out other little things that this builder did that just it stands out. One other thing was this back covered patio. Even upstairs, you're going to have a second balcony in the front and back of this house. So that's almost 3 areas that you have a balcony or covered patio access, so you can have it from your home, which is really nice. Typically, you just see that a covered back patio, and maybe a balcony, but not in the front and back, which is nice. You see these light switches; those are a little bit a nice little upgraded feature than your standard flip switch. Now, this is a 2-story home, and the primary is on the first floor, and on the second floor, you're going to find the secondary bedrooms along with that loft. Now, I believed for this floor plan, yes, there's no home office on the first floor, just the primary bedroom. So here, we're looking at the owner's suite. That's what the builder calls it. And now we're going to be entering the owner's bath. Now, notice this was something that you won't find online, but this is nice that the builder did this. You see these mirrors are actually, you can touch them, and it has these controls that light up. Really nice. Even the end fixtures for the water faucets are not your standard builder grade. So these are nice little touches that just add value, that add almost a luxurious value to this, because even though the homes here are starting in the high 500s, these are little luxurious touches I see in $1 million homes. Even the double head shower, and notice how they actually include a little cubby in the shower. Again, that's a small little detail that most builders do not offer because it costs money. It takes a little bit more skilled labor to do that stuff, but this builder does it. So these are little things that definitely kind of warrant the higher than most, especially when you look at the other builders in this area. A little bit what sets this builder apart. Now we're going to be going upstairs. Again, this is their most popular floor plan because it has the primary on the first floor and the rest of the bedrooms on the second floor. It does have 1.5 baths on the first floor, so we just saw the master bath. Now this is the half bath. That's like a nice powder room that you would have for your guests, and it does have the washer and dryer on the first floor. This is 4 beds, 2.5 baths. It's a little over 2,000 square feet. Has a 2-car garage. The garage itself is nice because it has the, windows in the garage door with epoxy coating on the garage floor. So that's a big one. Now, most builders do not offer epoxy flooring from the jump. Usually that's something you do after closing. So you saw to the left there when I was panning, that was the loft area. And now this was locked, so I couldn't get that viewpoint. But that's very nice to have a small balcony in the front facing part of the home and have an extra large balcony once we get towards the back. That's very nice. So that's a balcony in the front, balcony in the back, and a covered back patio on the first floor. Here is a loft area with this nice extra seating here by the window. Again, that probably more likely is an upgrade. Anytime the wall kind of protrudes out and it creates this seating area, most builders count that as an upgrade. Now, I know for my 2-story buyers, they love that feel of being having it open to below, so you can see what's going down there, and especially for entertaining. So that you definitely get that from this floor plan. Now check out this balcony. Now this home has unfortunately sold, but if you love this floor plan, I know this builder still has lots available to build this floor plan, because this is a big master plan community. There's multiple phases, so there will be more opportunities in the future if by the time you're watching this if it's gone by then. But look at this nice covered it's not a patio but a balcony. Very, very nice. This was the last one that was hugging this green space. Now that's one thing I love about this community. It has so many walking trails. And even when I was driving around, there were people walking their dog. There were people out and about exercising. They really market themselves, this community, Whisper Valley, as sustainable. They have community gardens. They have the geothermal heating and cooling. And if you go to the very front where the amenity center is, they actually have a whole building, kind of like Tesla, how they have their showrooms to kind of just educate the public on the technology. Whisper Valley has a building dedicated just to educate the public on the technology for this community, because it hasn't never been done before. This is the first master plan community where every home is equipped with that geothermal heating and cooling. And basically, I'll give you my best rundown, like very quick down and dirty explanation of it, but each home basically has a hole that's dug underground at least a couple hundred feet, and usually a couple hundred feet from the surface. The air is always cooler or hotter, so it's almost opposite of what the surface level is. So if it's hot during the summer, 200 feet below the surface, it's going to be cool. And these homes pull that cool air from the ground instead of your traditional HVAC and heating units. So basically what that means is that you could potentially have a very low cost, or maybe even zero, when it comes to your electricity bill. Now that just goes with the heating and cooling. But all these homes are either solar capable, solar ready, and they have a plug-in. So if you have an electric car, which a lot of homes from this builder, I noticed almost everybody had a Tesla. You can build this home, have the plug and play for the garage for your Tesla to charge, and you can get the Tesla wall charger. So in case of a blackout, your home is still powered. So you could do all that in this community very seamlessly. The builder, if you are building from the ground up, or if it's kind of like this home that you're seeing here where it's not completely done yet, you may still have time for them to do all that. They will include that. So some quick facts about the community. Very low tax rate, 1.65%. HOA is $72. This community does pertain to the Del Valley ISD. Stick around to the end of the video so I can show you where the brand new second high school is going to be at. And this is a very amenity rich area. I unfortunately did not get the any drone video of the amenity center, but it is very nice. Has a pool. It has, I believe, the I don't remember if it had a wet playground for the kids, but it did have a community center where it has a gym and a nice little event center. I think that you can rent out for parties. So very, very nice. And there might be, well, I'm not too sure if there'll be future amenity centers because this place is so big. And as you can see here, I think I got this drone footage maybe earlier this year. I'm recording this in June, and I think I was here maybe back in March this year. That you can see there's plenty of lots available. There's still going to be plenty of future opportunities in the future because this is, again, a master plan community. They've been building for some time now, and there's future phases and future opportunities to be had. You can see here on the roofs, a lot of people take advantage of that solar panel, having the solar panels. So if you want to be in a community of people who are very passionate and also very concerned about, just sustainable building practices. You want to support that kind of those initiatives, and this community would fit perfectly. Now, I want to pause this video so I can share my screen so I can show you a couple things here. Let's see. Well, yes. Okay. So here was the floor plan we just looked at. Again, the owner suites on the primary floor, and then you have the loft along with the rest of the bedrooms on the second floor. Now, in the video, it could be it's a flex room. So it could be an office or a bedroom. So totally up to you. Now, what I want to show you was where this community is situated. Let me zoom in here. So just so you have a point of reference. So here's Austin. Here's downtown Austin, the city center, right? And this community is located in East Austin, right? So I would say from Whisper Valley to like downtown, you're probably within 30 minutes, right? But here's where I really want to talk about. So this is where the community is located, right? You have Richmond American Homes, you have GFO Homes, you have like 4 or 5 different builders here. We were looking at Thurman Homes, right? And right here in Thurman Homes, this is what they're doing. Now, the biggest drawback or complaint that I hear about this area is that it's not very close to a lot of the conveniences like grocery stores and things of that nature, right? You kind of have to go a little bit out of your way because you kind of are by yourself. Whisper Valley is kind of by itself in that sense. But it's not to say it's not coming. It's just not there yet, okay? But the location is pretty central to Manor. Manor, they do have an HEB here. It's just not within 15 minutes, right? I like that 15-minute rule because I think that's just like the cutoff for people where it's just that if it's longer than 15 minutes, then you kind of second guess yourself. Or second guess going because you're thinking about the turnaround time and potential traffic. So here you might run into that, but if that's not a problem, if you don't mind going the extra way, let's just see here. Let's look for HEB in this current view. Where's your nearest HEB? Here's Whisper Valley. So you're going to have it, I guess the nearest one is in Elgin, but I know they're building a brand new one here in Manor, right? And then your other option is right here, which isn't terribly far. But it would take longer than 15 minutes. But this is what I really want to talk about. This park right here, this $8 million park that is you're going to have access from Whisper Valley. They're going to connect. Whisper Valley, the community, and the park is going to connect with the city of Austin and the park that they plan on building in the future. This is a 600-acre park that is going to connect to this community. Now, what makes this so exciting is that the chatter right now that I'm hearing is that when it's all said and done, they're going to have, it's going to be Ziegler Park 2.0. And what's so famous and cool about Ziegler Park is that that's where all the music festivals ACL has had, right? A lot of big name artists go to Ziegler Park because it has enough space for the venue. It has downtown views, right? And if we zoom out and come over here, look, you're going to have downtown views. You're going to have almost the exact same thing. But you're going to be in a community where you have home prices starting in the mid 400s because everything over here by Ziegler, if you look at the home prices, are in the million plus, right? Now, that's not to say that do I think Whisper Valley are going to have $1 million homes, but I'm saying because it's close proximity to Ziegler Park where you have a lot of events that happen, that definitely helps with home appreciation. So I can see that happening easily over here in all the homes in Whisper Valley in the future, right? Especially if you look at the details here. Let's read a little bit. A 600-acre public park will begin construction in 2026 east of Austin as part of Whisper Valley's community. Officials agree to launch historic planning collaboration for Northeast Austin, Travis County. Let's just take a look at some of the links that Hang on, my phone is ringing. Okay, I'm back. Check out this $8 million park. Look at the first illustrations, the first mock-ups of it. I mean, walking trails, green spaces, green belts. And this is going to be in joint effort. Let's read a little bit. A 600-acre public park will begin construction in 2026 east of Austin as part of the Whisper Valley community. The park, called Whisper Valley Park, is located off 130 from 973, We've been working with the city of Austin for more than 2 years on the concept plan. Douglas Gillian. Okay, so Taurus Investment Holdings, a real estate firm behind the Whisper Valley project, in a news release. It's a huge undertaking, but the result will be a spectacular addition to Whisper Valley. Whisper Valley Park will cost $8 million for the construction of trails, picnic areas, playgrounds, restrooms, community gardens, and an amphitheater for events. That's where it can be like Ziegler 2.0, because it's going to have the space and it's going to have that backdrop. So that's very, very exciting. The construction of the park will take place in 7 phases over an estimated 6 years. Phase 1 is estimated to begin in 2026, consisting of pedestrian trails that extend from Whisper Valley Community Center and along Gillian Creek. So that is going to connect to this community where this home you could potentially have from Thurman Homes. So there's that. Again, here's another article. Officials agreed to launch historic planning collaboration for Northeast Austin, Travis County. That was done, article written last year. So, I mean, this is very, very exciting. You see there's the image right here that I got from my little personal map here. This is how I keep up with everything that's happening here in the Austin area. All these little orange icons are builders. And I'm going to be doing another deep dive video here in the future showing you just all the walking trails that Austin has to North Austin especially has. So that is going to be very exciting. So what should you do next if you are interested in touring this community or checking out this property? Well, this one, like I said, is sold, but there is a few more that Thurman Homes is offering for this community. But we could definitely talk about that in further detail during our consultation. If you are looking to buy the next 30 to 60 days, I'll have all my information linked in the description, so you can hit me up, text me, call me. If your timeline's a little bit further out, like 3 months or further, or maybe even next year, let's still set up a buyer consultation virtually. I do work with a lot of buyers that are coming from out of state because Austin is bringing in so many companies, so many businesses, and we have the room to grow. So, and we have affordable areas that you could actually buy a brand new home in, right? And I'll have my information linked in the description so we could do that virtual chat. Again, getting on the same page, knowing how what we can do, where you're at in the process. If there's anything in the way, we can overcome that together. Remember, I don't work alone. I work with a bunch of smart people. If it's in credit repair, if it's in mortgage loans, with VA loans, everything under the sun. Even if you're looking to resell your home and you need to get a fixer-upper, I have people for all that, even in the roof repair space, right? So knowing a lot of people like that makes my job just a lot. It gives me a lot more tools at my disposal to help my clients. So again, my name is Omar Pineda. I'm your Austin realtor with EXP Realty. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.